What exactly is ETL with big data, or Talend with big data? It's a graphical abstraction layer which is sandwiched on top of the Hadoop application. Yeah. Now, the surprising buzz going on in the market these days that introduction of Hadoop big data is the doom for the ETL, which is not true. This is really a myth. All right. Now, the surprising stuff about this current buzz is this is really not practical, and these are all outlandish comments made by some naive statements. Yeah. Now, the typical assertion, as I said, Hadoop eliminates the need of ETL. Seriously? That's not really true. Now, what no one seems to question in response of these sort of comments is the naive assumption these statements are based on. Is it realistic? For a moment, let's think, is it realistic for the organization to, transfer their whole enterprise data from the legacy platform to the Hadoop system? There are a lot of challenges. So it's really not the evolution of ETL, but we will see soon that how ETL and big data they come. All right. In between, guys, just for your understanding how we have planned the webinar, we are going to finish up the session in half an hour's time. Then we have reserved the question answer question answer round for all the participants for at least for 15 minutes to 30 minutes. All right. So by the end of this webinar, we are going to take up. You can write down your question on the question board, and by the end of this webinar, me, Naik, your webinar presenter, your tutor for the course, is going to take all the question one by one. You can trust me on that. All right. Now, moving forward. Now, this modern data integration tool and platform, they ensure the timely, trusted, relevant, and secure. Now, modern integration technology optimizes to process the information in both scale-up and scale-down architecture. Now, push processing into database management system, and not just the data into the Hadoop. Sorry, they also integrate from end to end. Now, they broker and publish the data layer that abstracts processing such that multiple applications can consume and benefit from the secure and curated data set. ETL no doubt needs to continue, of course, to evolve and adapt to developer preference and performance, but it also takes care of the latency need of the modern application. See, honestly speaking, Hadoop is just another engine upon which ETL and its associated technology like data quality, data profiling can run. Well, renaming what is commonly referred to as ETL, or worse, ignorantly dismissing the data challenges and enterprise-wide data needs is just irresponsible. Well, this is one of my favorite slides, which explains a lot of myths in yes or no. Is writing ETL scripts in MapReduce code still ETL? That's right, yes, it is still ETL. Now, is ETL running faster in few cases and slower in others on Hadoop? Is eliminated ETL? No, absolutely not. In introduction of Hadoop, changing when, where, and how ETL happens? Yes. Now, the most important part with ETL big data is the question is not really what are we eliminating, that are we eliminating ETL or not, but where does ETL take place and how are we changing the definition and how does it really complement the big data. All right, they go hand in hand. All right, now what is this ETL? All right, now ETL represents the ability to consistently and reliably extract data with the high performance and minimal impact to the source system. Represents the ability to transfer one or more data set in the batch or real time into the consumable format. Now, obviously the load stands for loading the data into the persistent or the virtual store. Now, this is more or less anyone who is not from the background of ETL can understand this is more or less what the ETL does. Moving forward, the most important slide in the webinar, why do we need to combine the ETL with Hadoop, and most importantly, why do we need to combine Talend with ETL, Talend with Hadoop, sorry. Now how learning this ETL along with the big data is the major business challenge. All right, major business problem it is addressing. Now, if you see this entire product suite offered by Talend, we have big data, we have data integration, we have data quality, we have master data management, we have a recently introduced enterprise service bus, we have business process management. Anything that you talk about data is part of Talend product suite. And when you combine it with Hadoop, which we are going to see the demo in the minutes, that writing how Talend for big data is abolishing or almost making the MapReduce programming so much easy for any developer, whether you are starting fresh, whether you are program manager, whether you are an ETL lead, or whether you are technical lead, whether you are senior staff, it really doesn't matter. Learning Talend for big data is just so easy. Now, why this is one-stop solution. Now, Talend is of course a ecosystem which complement most of the environment, whether you talk about the Hadoop ecosystem in terms of Pig, in terms of Hive, in terms of Scoop, in terms of HBase, HCatalog, Cassandra, Open NoSQL database like MongoDB, you name it, Talend has a platform to establish the connection and make the job up and running in that environment. All right. As you see, most of the top class brand, the market leaders in the big data industry, Mapper, Cloudera, they all have done the partnership with Talend, knowing the capabilities that it has to offer through its graphical user interface, and it gives you so much of time rather than doing the MapReduce hand coding, which gives you obviously an upper edge. Now it improves the efficiency of the big data job design with graphic interface, abstract and generates the code, run transform inside Hadoop, native support for SDFS, Scoop, HBase, Mahout, Pig, Hive, MapReduce as I said, Apache Hadoop 2, embedded in Hortonworks data platform. Now they are obviously, as I said, certified with the 3 market leaders, Cloudera, Mapper, Hortonworks. All right. Now we are closing on to the action. Why Talend? This is what the Talend Corporation has to say, because the more connected the data the world becomes, the more quickly a business must adapt. Very underlined statement, yeah, because the more connected the world becomes, the more quickly a business must adapt. Imagine if I'm only working on big data environment as a big data user, or I'm a MapReduce programmer, or I just know Hive, or I just know Pig, but I really do not understand my business data. It really doesn't make sense. Now, why does learning Talend helps here? Because Talend learning with the big data gives you 2 upper edge. One, it makes you winner of the leader of how to integrate your data, to understand starting from the source where the data is coming from. Plus, it also gives you a control on the big data area. All right. Now that makes you the winner of both the world. Obviously, Talend is only the only graphical user interface tool which is capable enough to translate an ETL job to the MapReduce job. Thus, an ETL job gets executed as a MapReduce job on Hadoop and get the big data up and running in minutes and make you a big data developer in minutes. This is a key innovation which helps to reduce the entry barriers in big data technology and allows ETL job developers to carry out the data warehouse offloading to greater extent. Now, its strong Eclipse-based graphical workspace, Talend Open Studio for Big Data enables the developer and data scientist to leverage Hadoop and processing technology like SDFS, HBase, Hive, Pig without having to write Hadoop application code. Hadoop applications seamlessly integrate within minutes. using the Talend. Now, before we go to the next slide, let me just have a quick look on the question board. All right. Hi, I'm new in IT. I have different background. Previously, I took to. All right. All right. We will. What I know, processing moves to the data and Hadoop moves to the computation. All right. Yeah, Sam. Now, Ziv. Just within minutes, we are going to finish up the slide. Then it's all demo and it's all questionnaire. All right. Now, as you see on my slide, why Talend? We're still justifying why Talend. Anyone who comes on new, who's a fresher, who comes from a different background, because there are a lot of news floating on the market. Should I go with the MapReduce programming way? Should I learn it through tool? Trust me, guys, Talend for Big Data is an awesome tool. When we are going to see the demo in minutes, you will be just mesmerized at what it is capable of doing in minutes. Now, by simply selecting the graphical components from the palette and arranging them, and if you know the right set of configuration, you can create a Hadoop job in minutes. Now, to load the data into HDFS, which is Hadoop Distributed File System, it will use the Hadoop pick to transform the data and the load data into the Hadoop Hive-based data warehouse. It can perform ETL or EE, leverage the scoop. Scoop is nothing but it will take out the data from traditional RDBMS database system and pushes it into big data environment. Wow. Talend Open Studio, Talend Open Solution, plus the power of Hadoop makes Talend Open Studio for big data. Right? For Hadoop application to be truly accessible to your organization, they need to be smoothly integrated into your overall data flow. Now, Talend Open Studio for Big Data is the real tool for integrating the Hadoop application into your broader data architecture. Now, one of the primary reasons why Talend is so powerful, it has more built-in connector component than any other data integration solution available these days in the market. With their 800 plus connector that make it easy to read from or write to any major file format, database, package, enterprise edition, you name it. Most of the area Talend covers. Anything they don't cover, they keep on upgrading in their newer versions. So for example, Talend Open Studio for Big Data, you can use drag and drop configurable components to create data integration flow that move the data from delimited log files into Hadoop Hive, perform the operation in Hive, extract the data from Hive into MySQL database. There is n number of possibilities, guys. See, of course, more and more enterprise wanted to scale up in Hadoop Big Data technology with the use of existing pool of talent. This is where our IT industry and most of the area, they are struggling that going on that you need to have a Java background, then only you can learn it. And how about my existing pool of resource? How am I going to train them on a big data project? Now, these are the kind of critical questions that the business need to address. And one of the solution is Talend for Big Data. Now, high-rise job trend in the data scientist, data analysis, Talend also comes with basic BI transformation, which complements these areas and reduces your dependency on the simple Excel and dashboard BI tool. Gartner is Talend as the best technology in the market for data integration and big data. Now, these three major players in the big data industry, Hortonworks, Cloudera, Mapper, have already tied up with Talend for Big Data solution. And now, mostly, any level of person in the industry can quickly get started on this without much prerequisites. As I was saying, the myth. I don't know Java programming. How would this course help me learn and excel in big data? The biggest advantage that you get with Talend for Big Data is there is no prerequisites, trust me, to learn this concept. Whether you come with prior knowledge of Hadoop or not, it really doesn't matter. You can be a big data expert and up and running with the data integration environment in minutes, guys. This course has some or other best things to offer each and everyone. Well, that's it. Big data in 10 minutes. That's what the Talend claims. Go from zero to pro in big data just under 10 minutes. Get big without hand coding. The Talend for Big Data Sandbox is ready to run the virtual environment, which you will see in minutes. That includes the Talend platform for big data. These are the popular distribution as you see on the crown, top of the crown. They have Cloudera, they have Hortonworks, they have Mapr, they also have Apache Hadoop. As I said, anyone who can use Talend for big data, starting from the fresh graduates in IT industry consulting, starting from professionals, starting from developers, the managers, anyone can get started on this. Obviously, I'm having experience on 10 years. I'm a manager. How do I start with big data? It really doesn't allow me to flexibility of now start learning the programming or the MapReduce programming now. So what should I do? Go for Talend for big data. By the time we will do a hands-on, we will realize that this is everyone's cup of tea. Well, about to see the hands-on demo. We are about to see the big picture. Now, rather than wasting any more time, let us all quickly see what Talend can do in minutes, reducing the man hours in doing the MapReduce programming in Hadoop. Shall we? I'm going to show a use case. All right. Now, for that use case, it's very important you know the environment that I'm using. I'm using Talend Open Studio for Big Data 5.5. I'm using a pre-configured sandbox environment, which is my Hadoop environment 1.3. In order to make it run up and running, I'm using Oracle Virtual Machine Sandbox. Obviously, my laptop is running on Windows 7 64-bit, and I'm just using a normal standard hardware configuration of 4 GB RAM and i3 processor. All right. Now, with that setup, let's quickly go and see a fresh demo. I'll just explain you what is it that we are going to do in the demo. Yeah, I'm just logging into my sandbox. Give me 1 sec. That's it. Alrighty. I'll just show you the file or the data that I'm using for this demo. I'll show you this particular use case is based on a unstructured weblog data that we had extracted, and on this particular unstructured weblog data, people are talking a lot about big data. Say for example, this has been extracted from a Facebook page of a company website who does a lot of analysis on test data. All right, righty, that's it. Okay, I'm using, this is my sample file that I'm using. All right, let me quickly see the questionnaire window. Okay, all right, let's just quit this and then we can get up and running in minutes. Guys, how is the audio? How are the PPT? Because we are about to start the hands-on. Can I get a yes from each and every one? All right, thank you, San. Yeah, thank you, Nazif. Everything that you see on this demo, it's all open source. It's all downloadable. You just need to know how to configure them. Nothing you need to pay, nothing there is license. All right, everything I have downloaded from the web. All righty, guys, thank you. So each and everyone can see my screen. There is a file now that you would be able to see, and this is a normal log file, and these are just simple text, right? And everyone is talking about, everyone is giving many comments on the big data. Now, one of the primary requirement of one of the weblog industry is they want to study this log and they want to find out what is it that people are talking about the most? The most hyped words, the buzzwords out of this unstructured log data. Using Talend for Big Data, without doing any MapReduce programming, we are just going to do that in minutes. Alright? If we are going to do this in typical MapReduce programming, we may end up writing some 100, 200, 300 lines of Java programming. Whereas using Talend for Big Data, we will see that this is just a cakewalk. Alright, there are some questions now. Hang on, guys. Alright, can you tell? Yeah, so the word count.txt file is present in SDFS. That's right, Sam. I'll just show you. I can view this. If some of you would be aware about few of the commands that we normally exercise in Hadoop, alright, in order to view a file, I use Hadoop fs-cat, and I'm going to view the same data from my command prompt, word cloud.txt. Bingo. Does that answer your question, Sam? Yes, it is there in the SDFS. Yeah, this is not ordinary file. This is the file which is there on SDFS. All right. Now, quickly, you're welcome. Now, quickly, what I'm going to show here is, all right. Now, what have I done here? All right. I am connecting to the Hadoop environment. Okay. Can you see my full screen now? Okay. I'm just connecting to my Hadoop environment. Okay. From Talend, connecting to the SDFS. Then what I'm doing is, I'm transferring this file. This file is actually there in my local system. I'm transferring this file from my local to the SDFS. If I'll show you in my local directory, see, this file is there, web extract, alright? It's the same file. Alrighty, yeah, it's the same file. So what I'm doing in this is, I'm going to copy and rename this file so that I can show you in demo that how does Talend moves file between local to SDFS as well in minutes. So I'm going to rename this file web extract 1. Alright, web extract 1. Now guys, there is no such file called web extract 1 in my Hadoop. Web extract 1. All right. Now let me see. No, there's no such file. There's neither web extract 1. So this file doesn't exist as of now. Okay. So what I'm going to do using Talend, I'm going to transfer this file from my local system to my SDFS. All right. And then I'm going to read that file, which I will just transfer to my SDFS system. All right. And I'll name it as word cloud 1. Okay. I will move web extract 1 to word cloud 1, and then I'm going to read word cloud 1. That's it. That's it. All right. And rest of the transformation process, what I'm going to do is I'm going to arrange these unstructured log files in a particular manner. Then I'm going to map it using typical Talend components. And these are very easy to use graphical drag and drop components, guys. And what I'm going to do is we are going to analyze the web extract data and produce the most frequently used or the spoken word. And then we are going to dump the data back into word cloud 1 or cloud underscore output 1 into our SDFS. All right. Then I'll just go and quickly run my job. Please pay attention while the job is running. This job is actually running on a SDFS platform as a MapReduce program on the back end, but I am not writing any MapReduce programming here. I just did drag and drop, tick, 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 job done, happy, happy. It will take some time, guys. There is many jobs running on my machine, many stuff I keep on doing here and there. All right, by the time the job is running, guys, surprisingly, I did not introduce myself to everyone. All right, this is Naik, and I have almost a decade experience, close to 10 years of experience in ETL, big data, business intelligence industry. I worked in many geographic locations, including Europe, London, and Middle East, and we have helped so many clients in developing and building the big data application, the ETL application, any application which provides a business-friendly solution. So that's more or less from me. And this analysis job, which I'm showing, is a real-time example from one of my web customer who were very interested to design their word cloud, but they need to know which are the keywords which actually frames their word cloud. I believe all of you guys, you do understand what is a word cloud. Do you guys understand the word cloud? Yeah, I will show Sam the business logic in minutes. I'll just show the output first. Now Ziv, yeah, that is the login that I use into the sandbox. Yeah, that's the root user to the sandbox. So it let me make my environment up and running. Now understand one thing. Talend is a separate entity. This big data area is a separate entity. So if I want to take advantage of a drag drop technology where I do not have of doing any hand coding, then of course I need to establish a connection between this interface to the Hadoop interface, right? Now my job just ran. It's all right. I also have made some provision in my job so that before I go and check my file, I can literally see the output here that is going to come. Wonderful. So these are my top rated word, and these are the most high in my log. Big data has been used 6 times in this file, in this web extract. Has been used 6 times, Hadoop has been used 4 times, data has been used 4 times, so has been used 4 times. Okay, I have not made any provision to remove blanks. That is the reason something you can see after so. We can plug and play one component to ignore all the blanks. That's not a big deal. And now in is the most frequently used word in our web extract. Now the similar thing has already gone into, what was the file name we had given? Word cloud underscore word cloud output. I'm going to show you this from the command prompt as well as from the Alright, I think I'm misspelling the file. Word cloud user root test data.txt. That's it. Bingo. I can see my file from here. I can go to my web interface, test data, word cloud output 1. There you go. And you see the timestamp is the right now I have logged in from Indian time zone where we are on 9:16 p.m. We just ran it 3-4 minutes back and the sandbox has created this data. Wonderful. All right. That's it. So how much time it takes to build this job? Hardly 2 or 3 minutes. Now, the logic which I use to analyze this complex unstructured log data, because this is not coming in a row and column format, is, okay, someone is asking something, wow, but if we want to calculate max temperature from specific row or column, how will let Talend know what to work? Exactly. All right, now see, see, everything is possible. What I'm showing you on Talend is a very small demo what it is capable of doing. If you see, it can have such a control on such an unstructured log file. Can you imagine the kind of control it will be having on a structured file? Okay, now to coming back, what logic I had used is, I have just treated all my unstructured log separated by space as I have using a normalized component. I didn't normalize everything. I normalized the entire data. I arranged each of the word one by one after other to make them each an individual record. That is the reason, if you see my screen, my 11 rows, which is there on my source data, they have become 130 row because I split everything because I wanted an individual control on each of the word. Then I'm not removing any duplicate because that is not what I mean in this job. Rather, what I have brought everything to one platform. I did a upcase so that if I'm looking at big data, small big data word, large big data word, everything is big data. All right. So I have used all the uppercase while mapping in Talend so that everything is on single platform. Then I have used the aggregator transformation. What I have done is I did a group by on each and individual word, but by that time everything is in upcase. So though if I show you my log file, if you see my log file, all right, you see here there is something called big data and these caps here, and there is something called big data, D small here. Anyone can come on web and he can misspell, she can misspell, they can write in any format. Obviously, control of the audience emotions or the analytics is not in our hand. We can use the tool to its best to analyze these kind of unstructured data, bring them, massage the data, and then I use aggregate. But my aim was to see the top words, the top frequent words. So I arranged them in order where I wanted to see the count, the bigger count at the beginning and the lesser count at the end. And I'm just using a display to make sure that what am I doing here? I'm doing perfectly fine. Then again, I'm pushing my data back to Hadoop SDFS. So I'm reading from SDFS. I'm doing the transformation and everything in SDFS platform, and then again I'm just recording or storing the data in SDFS so that these results can be later used for business analytics or big data analytics. Am I making sense here? All right. Where does the computation happens? The computation, exactly, yes, and now right now I am running on a standalone installation of a single node cluster. All right. So the instruction will go to the job tracker. Then the mother node will decide to which node. It is running on a Hadoop platform, but the advantage that it gives you is any kind of complex requirement you have, you do not need to write those 1,000 lines of map coding. You talk about, I'll just show you in minutes the capabilities of Talend for Big Data. If you all see my screen here, you see, can you all see there is a family called Big Data here? What does it doesn't support? It almost supports everything. You see, it supports SDFS, and I've got hell lot of components within that to do my job. It also supports Hive, which we have in our regular curriculum session. We do a lot of transformation on Hive. We transform the data, we create the table dynamically on the fly, everything we do within Hive. Then you see the pig. We do have pig scripting job. We do not need to write the pig script. So indirectly, Talend for Big Data is called the Swiss knife of the non-programmer. If you want to focus on better technology and you are running short of time, Talend for Big Data is the right tool for you. If you think MapReduce programming is too much for you, Talend for Big Data is the right tool for you. If you think you come from a background where you do not want to put all your previous experience, IT experience or technical experience into vein and start from scratch, Talend for Big Data is the right tool for you. Can you see MongoDB? Can you see HCatalog? Can you see HBase? Can you see Google BigQuery? Can you see Cassandra? Can you see CouchDB? You name it, we have a component here. All right. Can you see Scoop? Anything, everything is there. And the support of some 800 odd connector, you can write any kind of source system, complex XML. We have seen just unstructured normal text log file. We still have a control on these kind of file. We have all the kind of database. You name them, starting from Oracle, MySQL, LDAP, MySQL Server, everything we have over here. And the best practices, we can parameterize everything. We do not need to hard code anything. There is context. Then we do have the concept of routines and code where we can write the reusable piece of transformation which can be used again and again. So primarily what you see on your screen now is Talend for Big Data. Is Open Studio version. This is the palette window. This is where we design the job. This is where we see the log. So it's a one-man army show. Everything happens here. All right. Now coming back to our slide, this is what we had used. We have performed the demo